Welcome to the Wheel of Engagement podcast, and this time we are talking about having a good life. So we'll, as usual, start with introductions, and this comes to you from Campaign for Change, Unity and Achieve Together. So let's start with some intros.
My name's Crystal and I live in Epsom and I just started Unity.
Just a new recruit to Unity. Great. And I'm Michael Fullerton. I work within the Health and Wellbeing team in Achieve Together.
I'm Isabel. I'm a student at Kingston University, second year learning disability nursing.
Lovely.
Excellent. I'm Elmi. I'm co-production manager in Achieve Together.
Hi, I'm Michael Stalder and I live in South Nord and I work for Unity and Campaign for Change.
I'm Julian Baird. I live in South Nord. I'm doing Unity Campaign for Change.
I'm Roger Levenhaven from Unity.
Thank you, Roger.
Hi, I'm Lisa from Hove and I work for Community.
And good to have you all here today. So we're going to talk about having a good life. It's what we all want, I hope. Just to have some thoughts about what makes a good life, what the barriers might be, etc. We have some already pre-prepared questions. And I guess, as you knew, Crystal, if you could sort of pick us out the first question. And then we'll have some conversations around that. So what's the first question?
What needs to be in place for you to have a good life?
What needs to be in place to have a good life? Anybody want to make a start on that?
Close friendships. I think having close friendships and friends around you when you need a time of need and when you've got things chips are down, it's good to have close friends, relationships, and you've got your friends, family as well.
So really important having close friendships. I believe you two guys, you've got a really
We've got a really close relationship, me and Michael, from day one.
How long have you known each other?
Well over 8 years.
Well over 8 years, yeah.
I think
I was young when I first came to Britain.
You're still young. Hey.
Still young, yeah. I remember he was suited and booted. He had
Suited
a
and
suit,
booted?
he had a bow tie, short, spiky hair, and it was a good party,
It
wasn't it?
was my
You met at a party?
Yeah.
birthday party in
Okay,
Brickfield,
cool.
my old
Birthday
place
party,
in residential in a care management, where it was called now called Achieve Together, and they come to my party and said, "Oh, I'm Julian Bell, I'm Michael Stalder, how
And
nice
we've
to
been
meet you."
friends ever since.
So what's the ingredients of a good friendship? What's made it so good?
Mutual respect,
Respect each other.
helping each other
helping
out,
each
being
other
there for
out,
each other,
being
understanding
there,
each other,
understanding
have things in
each other.
common.
Yes.
And what do you have in common?
PlayStation
football,
5,
PlayStation 5.
So both got in relationships,
Yeah,
got ladies in our
relationship,
names,
yeah,
both in
yeah,
relationships. So,
yeah.
So great friends,
Yeah.
really, good shared interests,
Yeah.
and you stick with each other.
We do.
We stick
Through
through
thick and
each other,
thin.
through thin, and helping Matty helps me out.
Good. So having good friends, close friends, is really important to have a good life. Anything else?
Girls group.
Go on, Crystal.
Girls groups.
Yeah.
Are you involved in the girls group?
Yeah.
Crystal, yeah?
We meet every Wednesday on Teams. Vicky comes on as well. Vicky's part of it. And we do meetups and we're organising and doing a couple of events to raise money for charity. We're going to do a sports day to raise money for charity, and staff are going to raise some money as well.
Oh, brilliant. And so Vicky is the regional manager, is that right?
Yeah, of my services, but I don't know if she is anyone else.
Okay, cool. And in what way then does this group help support you to have a good life?
So the idea of the girls group is to empower women. So like a lot of us there's quite a few of us actually, like we get together and the manager from it tends to be the manager from each of them services that joins as well, and we like talk about whatever we want. We could talk about whatever we want, relationships, friendships. If we had any problems that we wanted to get advice about, and we talk about the events and meetups that we're doing in the future.
Cool. That sounds brilliant. That's an amazing initiative. And just going back to the friendships bit, has this helped you to make new friends?
I've made loads of new friends.
Brilliant. Right. That's a great spin-off. So, and then you're obviously talking about things that are important to you as women to have a good life. So yeah, that's amazing. Roger, what helps you to have a good life?
My hobbies.
Hobbies, yeah. What's your hobbies?
I used to do running. Now lately it's been speed walking.
Some speed walking.
Yeah.
You're being really modest there, Roger. What sort of races have you been involved in?
This year I actually walked the Brighton half marathon, and I walked the Bournemouth half marathon last year, and I walked the Ben 10K was in April.
You're still being really modest here, because you've done full marathons, haven't you?
Full marathon in the past.
You have.
And also ultra marathons too.
Have you done ultra? You've done ultra marathons as well?
When I was in my 20s.
Wow. So, what is an ultra marathon?
It's like 26 miles back to back.
Wow.
And maybe like a park run.
Wow. And you do park run now?
Yeah, back to the park run, and also back at Speak Up too now.
Okay, so sticking with the speed walking or running, how does that help to have a good life?
It's active. You can meet the different people, do races, and be good and be healthy and.
So it's staying physically healthy and well.
Good.
There's the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
Meeting new people, new friends. And that sense of pride when you achieve like ultra marathon. That's ridiculous.
And you feel good when you finish.
Yeah. Really impressive. What was that other point you were going to make there, Roger? You were making another point.
I just said I'm back at Speak Out now.
Okay, can you, because people want to know what Speak Out is.
It's a charity in Brighton, because they actually do access groups and other groups, and they have free drop-ins now.
What sort of charity is that?
It's access. They do all different types of work and that. Anybody can join them,
And they do a lot of advocacy work. So they're quite a big advocacy group locally, aren't they?
It's actually getting bigger because there's a lot more people going,
And I think do a lot of great work around promoting the rights of people with disabilities. And making sure they're a voice for people.
Yeah, because they're actually based in the Brighton in North Road.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, Lisa. What needs to be in place for you to have a good life?
Being there for my family, have my family
Being
around,
there.
being healthy, go on my long walks, makes me happy.
You enjoy long walks, do you? Where do you go for a long walk? Anywhere in particular?
Go to the town, and go to George Street and back, and do a bit of brief walk. And I like the beach as well. I like the beach.
Good to be around the beach, the sound of the sea.
Because in our back garden we've got like trees and stuff, so I listen to the birds as well. That relaxes me.
Yeah.
So
nice to be out in nature.
Yeah.
So to have a good life, know the importance of family. Yeah, family's really important for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Elme?
Having a passion or a purpose.
Passion or purpose. That's a good one.
Meaning in life.
Some meaning in life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can relate to the
Oh,
family
God.
thing as well. My mum's family as well, because my family included my mum as
Family as
well,
well.
my dad as well. So I have a very close relationship with my mother, Sheila.
Yes, brilliant. Yeah. So we need that closeness with family and being connected, and lots of contact.
Our drawing technique made me having a good life.
Pardon?
Our drawing technique makes
Drawing.
me, yes.
Yeah. You're a pretty good artist, I hear.
I did the drawing for co-production, and it took me 2 hours to do it, and I finished it saying to Stephen, because he asked me to do a drawing, so I did. So
Cool.
I did it, and I love my drawing. That's it. I love it because I did that drawing of the bear. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, Abby loved it, innit?
It's amazing. So good.
So you need that you need the opportunities
Yes.
to get involved in
Yeah.
the hobbies and interests
Yeah.
that you want to pursue.
I love it. Yeah.
I think I used to do my knitting as well, that relaxes me. And it's sort
Bit of
like
knitting,
nice
yeah,
relax,
yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
it's therapeutic as well.
What about being part of your community? Feeling like you belong? Is that something that's important for a good life?
I feel like I belong with being C4C and Campaign for Change in Unity. I feel like I'm part of something with you guys. I feel like I've
Yeah.
found myself with you guys. All the guys
Yeah.
you know, Crystal,
Yeah.
all the people I've met,
It's
and
good.
from friendships to relationships with new friends and everything. So it's good. I feel like I'm a part of something with Unity and Campaign for Change. I feel like I'm doing something for the greater good.
Before me and Mark was gardeners before,
Yes.
and now we've changed to something different. This is better. We've been gardening for a long time, so we've changed.
So what you do with within your role with Campaign for Change and Unity is like you're creating a voice,
Yeah.
having your voice heard, and inputting into ensuring that the future is bright for you and other people. One thing that I didn't really think about until recently is because I'm paid to work in social care, and you are supported by paid support. I was thinking recently that I am interdependent on you, so I hopefully, like many people, enjoy my work, and I really enjoy spending time with you and other people that are supported in the organisation. So I'm dependent on that as well, on those relationships and spending time with you and other people as well. So there's an interdependence there, I think, as well. But having you guys as a voice is really important. But it's good to hear that you feel it helps you to have a good life as well. Isabel?
I was going to say having that at the core, having the right support structures in place just in general. So some people can't access the community without a staff member supporting them, and then they can't, if the support worker doesn't go out with them, they can't access the community, they can't access things that they like to do. So I think it's really important for people to have that support network it might not be all aspects of their life, but if they need support, they should be able to access it so that they can kind of do the things that they like to do.
Absolutely. Having the right support at the right time, every time. Right, next question. Lisa.
I've got the squeaky chair.
That question closest to you? Closest to you?
The one at the front there, Lisa.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
We're trying to pretend it's random, but
Yeah.
there is
On
a
bed.
there's a
There you
method
are.
going on here.
Right.
So what we got, Lisa?
What has made a big difference to ensuring you to have a good life? Ensuring, sorry.
So what's made a big difference to ensuring you have a good life? Any thoughts?
This question did
Lockdown is finished.
Showing that people have a good life is what the question was. Yeah. Possibly the staff at my house have helped me to have a life and improve my life from when it was before. So when I was in hospital, when I was the staff at my house, I have a lot of thanks for them at my house. I have a new road, Cynthia, and the staff. They're all really good. I have no complaints about them.
So living somewhere that's good for you.
It allows me to spread my wings and be independent, do what I want to do, enjoy, basically reach my potential and help me to live my life.
And having a good team.
And having a good staff team, and the staff team at me during Tales is amazing. I can't fault them.
I know I've come a long way since now. I've gotten much better to myself than I was back then. Now I'm more able to do everything I need to do now. But before I couldn't do that, but now it's better.
So it's touching on Isabel's point about having good support, the right time. So we're saying, having good support, the right support.
Yeah.
Means you can have a good life.
Yeah.
What's the question again?
Am I reading that right? I'm on
No,
glasses.
you are. Yeah. Just,
I need to
my memory's
stay
not so good these days. So what's made a big difference to ensuring you have a good life? So a big difference is the right support at the right time from people that you trust.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And anything else that makes a big difference to having a good life?
so I wasn't independent before, and then we had new management and stuff. So thanks to my manager, I wouldn't be here today to do my independence, like going out to the community, hold my own money and everything. So I wanted to do that for a long time.
Right. Okay.
They didn't trust me or whatsoever. So now I've got the independence and trust to do it.
Oh, that's interesting. So you feel people that didn't trust you,
No.
and now you do feel people do trust you now, and that's helped you to have more independence in your life, more control. Yeah, it's really interesting.
So you need people who believe in you, really.
Believe in me
Yeah.
now, yeah. And then,
More than people who want to protect you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was I was so depressed before, but now I'm at ease and more
Yeah.
happier.
Okay. So then the flip side of that is if you don't have the right support, then it can really affect how you feel and sort of hold you back. Cool.
Yeah.
Crystal, any thoughts on what makes a big difference to having a good life?
So I think what has made a big difference for me, especially the last few months where I've had a really hard, difficult time due to personal reasons, like I weren't going out meeting friends or I was just kind of keeping myself to myself. The only friends I had were the people in my house, but then my dad and Vicky and all the staff at my service helped me and supported me to I don't know what you call it, like come out.
Come out of yourself.
Yeah, come out like to go and meet people and like just have a good time.
It's like you came out of your shell.
Yeah. Like go and meet because since I've had more support, I've been meeting friends more, and obviously like the girls group has helped me come out a bit more.
Brilliant. Okay. So having people around you, close to you, who will help to motivate you to get out and do stuff that will help you have a good life. Really good. Anything else that sort of makes a big difference to having a good life?
I'd say your home makes a big difference. If you're living in a space where you feel comfortable and safe and at home.
It's a good life.
Or like doing the gardening, it makes you feel better. Yeah, we did the garden.
Your friends in
4 weeks
your
now.
home is really good. Because our home we're very active. You see, because I've been there a few years now, and it's different. Changed the staff. You've got someone to talk to, and staff are wonderful in our home.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a nice home,
Yeah.
somewhere you can call home, and
It's like a family.
It is, and like security as well.
Security.
Because you've got someone open the door.
Yeah.
We got like little things like we got little tea you can see down, and the door opens and we got our flats. So it's good.
It's good.
so that makes a bit. That does make a big difference to having having a good life. Living somewhere where you feel safe and secure, and it's homely.
Yeah.
This is home.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody for anything else with that?
No, just
Cool. Who wants to pull out the third question?
Which one is it?
Strategically.
That one.
We didn't do that.
Is that one there?
The one at the top.
This one.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about this support you have a good life?
What stops you
Yeah,
from having
What stops you having a good life?
What stopped you having a good life?
If
So
you-
what gets in the way? What stops you from having a
if
good
you're
life?
having a fall out with your partner.
And also if you
Yeah.
don't get the right
If you haven't-
support in there.
Okay. Should we go back to that, Roger? Just to capture your point, Julian. So
You're having
if
you're
you're
having a disagreement
with
partner,
family or friends,
that could be and you're having a fall out and you don't talk for weeks or something, something's bad's happened or something you're not happy with, that could be,
so that could be about having a good life where
Yeah.
you're not getting on with people
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that you live with or
Yeah.
people that you're close to.
Yeah,
So you need to find
Yeah.
solutions to that.
yeah,
It can really impact.
yeah.
So Roger,
I said not getting the right support.
yeah.
Because
So if
I
you're not
think-
getting the right
I
support,
think support for people is very important.
Sorry.
But because it just if you don't get the right support, it just causes so many problems and people don't feel comfortable going out and doing things in that because they probably lose all the content and then they don't feel safe going up by themselves.
so is this not getting enough support or not the right type of support?
Not getting the right support.
Okay.
Yeah.
And And what about support from people that you don't really know?
And also, yes, and also people you don't know. It's a bit that people don't feel comfortable going out with if somebody that don't know.
And how does that make you feel?
Sometimes some people feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It means you perhaps not doing the things in life that you want to do.
And I think it's also stopping you doing the things you want. And also things, so sometimes some people they don't like trust you too, because they always want to be around with you all the time.
Mm-hmm. Good points. Anything else? Gets in the way. What gets in the way?
Like losing a loved one. Like if you've just got some bad news that you've lost someone that meant a lot to you, like it can affect your health, but it can stop you having a life, because obviously you've just lost someone you love. You may feel like you just wanna just shut yourself out,
I have that.
Stay in bed or.
And how does it make you feel? That sort of loss.
I guess upset.
Upsetting. It's quite upsetting, isn't it? So that can interfere. That can get in the way of
I think the
just enjoying your life.
I think paramedic, this
Pandemic.
yeah, thank you. Pandemic. I can't say it.
Pandemic.
Thank you. And coronavirus has put myself out, on hold, and then I've sort of like progress off that situation. So I thought, right, I've got to get out and about and, about and management and stuff. I mean, that's really turned it around. So I thought, if I feel a bit, and then I do a COVID test just to be on the safe side. So I keep doing that, and keep at it really. You never know if it's still out there or not. And, I just got
so still that worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. The pandemic had a massive impact on everybody's lives and quality of life.
It's just not me; it's other people as well. And
it's massive. Yeah.
And then there's another thing that pandemic did with losing lots of support workers.
Yeah.
A lot of people left, and then after that, and then we got the living of the living expenses getting so expensive after that.
The cost of living prices.
Cost of living and
it's really
stuff,
expensive.
Everything going up as well. Inflation,
Everything going
prices going up.
A lot, and quadrant is dead now, isn't it, as well? Because it's like everyone's going online now, because lots of stuff's been going shut down because of the lockdown. And that's everything
So
up.
a lot of town centres.
Yeah.
A lot of empty shops.
Yeah.
But so the pandemic had a massive impact, and I think you're saying, Lisa, for many people it's still a challenge, still a worry, and then on top of that you got cost of living, so
Cost of
energy
living,
bills,
Energy.
cost of food.
Everything's
Everything's going on. The bills, tax, petrol, gas, diesel, everything.
Then you've
It's
got
crazy.
Ukraine war going on.
Yeah.
It's too much.
So a lot of worry in the world, and the question was about what gets in the way of good life, and if you don't have enough money to buy things or to do things, then that's a real issue. So a real challenge for people. Anything else that? Anything you want to say?
I agree with everything, I think Roger gave some really good points, especially about the people that you work with, the right support, because if you don't trust people and say you're going out into the community and you already have, you know, slight anxieties about going out, the anxiety is kind of elevated by you're not with someone that you have a close relationship with and that you trust, so it can be quite difficult.
So during the pandemic, you couldn't see loved ones.
I couldn't go there. I had to go there. I had to have this thing up my nose the time. That was terrible.
The old swabs.
Yeah. You know what I mean? This, boy.
Tickle your nose.
Yeah. Because I could see it, but not like that. I had to go there, have a couple of hours. I had to get tests done, come back later. It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't pleasant, was it? So as Almy was saying, then there's a lot of people left social care, and that's had a real impact. So any thoughts about that in terms of, you know, having staff supporting you that you're familiar with, and maybe like lots of people that you are unfamiliar with? Any thoughts around that?
Staff are pretty familiar with here, but sometimes the doctor that I haven't had a health check because my doctor told me that the guy told me that the doctor had quit or he left because of the cuts in the wages and the doctor's strike.
Lots of strikes. And sometimes it's hard to get an appointment. You have to call, like, you know what I mean, and you're on the waiting list.
It's a real struggle.
Doctors pay cuts, wages cut, doctors, junior doctors pay cuts, everything.
It's messed up everything.
So then, so what gets in the way of having a good life? So if you're not getting the right health support, which seems to be a struggle, the NHS, you know, is really struggling as well.
Like, I don't know if it's still now, but like near the beginning of the year, like it was really bad for like the NHS because like ambulance were queuing up at hospitals and waiting with like patients for like 3-4 hours, and then if someone needed an ambulance, they were like waiting like hours or even like a day or two. Like just for an ambulance to like
to my
get to them.
Then boys just will write a roadmap. Like, remember, it would write and say 2 meters apart. Oh gosh, it was bad.
Actually, I need to tell you something.
We're not going back there.
I do have an actual update. I do have an actual update. I had the news that come up on my phone that apparently, according to the World Health Organization, the COVID pandemic is over now officially. Apparently, they said officially. Just to let you know,
that's good because
it's
that was crazy.
There's still challenges with the NHS, so it could. If you're not getting the right support from the NHS, etc., then it could have an impact.
It's done a lot of damage.
I mean, when the guys were unwell and then we had to wait for 6 hours for an ambulance.
Yeah,
6 hours.
Stupid.
That's really, really worrying.
The door.
We sort of had a discussion earlier about medication, and you remembered, Michael, about stomp and psychotropic
medicine
and the issues there. So any thoughts in terms of in what way medication could stop you from having a good life? Possibly
overdosing of medication, ordering too much, and side effects and things like that. Because I do my own medication, I self-medicate, so the stock trusts me to do my own.
Don't take too much.
Don't take too much, don't overdose.
So, so the sort of the potential side effects.
I get it.
So I was thinking about, if somebody is taking prescribed medicines for a long time, you don't always know what effect they're having on the body. So that could have an effect on having a good life.
I can definitely relate to that. My medication on my night ones has been reduced. I was feeling a bit alright times going clubbing. I was feeling that I need to sleep. There's drowsiness all the time.
Drowsy.
I managed to do the trial to do a bit of meds, and with this drowsiness feeling, my moods change as well. I get my moods change. I get mood swings as well.
So with medications are prescribed to people to have some benefit, but as a chemical, is sometimes it can have some adverse effects, side effects, and then you need to make sure if you are prescribed medicines that you understand what they're for and that you're comfortable with that, and you know the with the Stomp program, that was about making sure that people were sort of thinking about alternatives to medicine, because medicines could make you drowsy, whatever, and that can help. That could stop you having a good life as
I
well.
remember that picking tablet I used to have locked my jaw.
Locked your jaw. Yeah.
Couldn't talk or anything. That was that put an extra minute, and they gave me this medication. I took it and it locked my jaw. And Mum used to come. I couldn't do nothing. It was terrible. I couldn't talk or
relate to you.
It was.
Because I used to be in hospital with Jasper wing, Sutton wing, and Chiltern wing in the bottom of Sutton. I was in and out that twice, and I had medication. My medication I was taking at night now, I was taking in the morning. So when I come up for breakfast, I have a good night. I'll be sleeping at the breakfast table and thinking, why am I falling asleep?
That hospital, Michael Fuddington used to work there.
He used to work there.
Long time ago.
Long time ago, yeah. Long time ago.
You make me feel really old. But that, you know, if you spend time in that, and people lived in that hospital for a long time. So if you live in that,
my mum wanted to get me out of that hospital.
To sure, to right. So I worked with people in that hospital who didn't have a good life. They shared a bedroom, like a dormitory, with 29 other people. They were all like single gender, so men lived in one ward, women lived on another ward. There was no kitchen that people could use. The food was brought from a main kitchen, so people's food was brought down 3 times a day. So no involvement in any cooking or anything like that. So, and people never left the hospital. You know, life was tough, and absolutely no chance of having people having a good life. But things have moved on, thankfully. But there's still people who are spending too long in hospital situations. So we need to.
Well, I'm a different man since I left that place.
You're a different man.
Do you know the film Awakening? Have you heard of the film with Robert De Niro and David? Robbie Williams, Awakening? That's contributed to my past.
Yeah.
I told you I wanted to do a presentation on that, didn't I?
Yeah.
But now Robert De Niro was in the wheelchair.
I vaguely remember. I haven't
And
seen
then
it for.
obviously Robbie Williams was playing a doctor who introduced everyone to this medication. I think it was like a sort of sleeping syndrome, and they gave all the medication. Everyone woke up and talking to the nurse. That's like what I was.
That's what I did. Michael came to my house. I think you was going somewhere, and he recorded about my past and that, and I said I would do it.
Oh, that's
got that recording.
Yeah,
Still got it.
Still got it.
So we talked about the fact that I worked in the same hospital that Julian spent time in, and for both of them it was a long time ago, and not the best experiences, to be fair. We also talked about the fact that for many people, perhaps with disabilities, don't always enjoy equality, including with things like employment. Any thoughts on equality issues?
Like employment with jobs.
Yeah. Anything in life where there might be inequality.
I've had my fair share of jobs and voluntary work. I'm currently working now at St Christopher's in Penge. So I've got voluntary work twice a week where I work and Penge and enjoying that as well. Got a good team there. I've also obviously had paid work to you guys and been a quality checker, been a gardener with this
Yeah, I
guy
remember could check out that was.
doing quality checking around the different homes in London, South East London, and that, and going to Brighton as well. And then I had a job in was Wilkinson's, I think, where the lady used to work for the company, Lorraine Hewlett, used to work for Pure Innovations.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. And I got a job in Wilkinson's, and that's paid work. And I've had a job in Cushing College. I've had quite a few jobs.
I remember quality checking though, man. That was, we had to go from one place to another. I did one in my house. Woman said there was one Brighton. I remember.
You've been around a bit.
Yeah.
So you have had various like opportunities, work,
Yes.
paid, unpaid,
Yes.
different sort of experiences. Okay, so you've been able to benefit from all of that.
Have you ever found that you were treated differently to other people because of your disability?
Yeah, I've had that with
Yeah.
jobs. It was December last year. It was meant to be disability friendly. I had a job. I was working at Epsom Downs Racecourse doing so I'll be working on like race days, like working like with like food and drink and coffees, but it just didn't turn out to be disability friendly because I had a really difficult shift on that day.
Okay.
And there was another time where like it can happen with anyone could be turned down a job, but like I was like going job hunting and like people judging or assuming like because you've got a disability you're not like independent, you need like just assuming you need support, and then they'll turn you down because of your disability, or they'll say there's no vacancies because there's not enough staff that can support with like people with disabilities.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So how does that make you feel?
It upset me at first, but I just kind of like forgot about it and just moved on.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a real challenge in society to make sure that people have got equal opportunities and the right support to have jobs and get involved in.
Because Julian, you were saying earlier that people assume things about you when they see you on the street even, which aren't true.
It's like they would pick on me if I'm walking in front of them. But I don't let it bother me, you know. I'll just carry on the way I carry on.
Yeah.
I just do my own thing, what I need to do. I don't bother them. I just carry on to do all that. I play football, I do other stuff. I ain't got time to argue with them. So I just carry on the way I carry on. So,
Yeah, because
man.
you're a confident, amazing person, right?
Yes,
And you're the better man.
Yeah.
that's what I do.
You're a strong guy.
I'm
Yeah.
strong, very strong.
I just
Yeah.
say, oh really? You get arrogant people walking past you,
Yeah.
don't say excuse
And
me.
the doctor says schools, especially on the buses,
Take me
they
time.
even get up because I have a stick. Have a stick. Yeah.
I don't respect it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
respect.
Some of them.
Just let this old lady sit down. Yeah, they get up.
Yeah.
They do. They get up.
You can
They
see-
have to. If
they have
it's
to.
school kids,
They
I
have
wish
to.
I can get up, please. I need to sit down. I got a stick. They get up. They have to, because you know that place is for wheelchairs. I know that place. No, it's for wheelchairs only. Buggers, you can't, you know, and they're struggling. You have about 5 buggers on the bus. It's mad. You can't do that. And the bus driver was like, no, you can't. you have to fold the buggy or put it on the side.
Yeah.
Because that place is
It
for
blocks-
wheelchairs
it blocks
only.
the
You
arches,
can't have, yeah.
Yeah, people don't think, do they?
No.
Yeah.
That's what disability
Sometimes you do get, like when you go on buses and trains, like you do get some people who don't really care. Because when we went, when we done the 5k walk, we were travelling back, and one of the service users, I don't know, but he can't stand for long, and like me and Ashley asked this young girl with a child if like Carl can sit down, and she was like really moody and stroppy about it, and started making out that her girl needs to sit down. Like it was like
Oh, that's awful.
she just got really moody and stroppy about it, and was like,
Why do they do that?
Why do they do that? They're arrogant,
I
you
know,
know?
that's
They're
terrible.
arrogant. It's not good.
Can be, yeah.
Get a lot of people.
I mean,
we need to educate public a little
if there was an
more.
elderly person, I
Yeah.
would let them sit where the
Especially if it's
thing
busy
is,
as
you know,
well.
walking
You know what I
signs.
mean? Especially if it's so busy and you need to, yeah.
So how can we educate people or make people in the public more aware of
It's difficult.
just respecting people,
Completely.
respecting
Yeah.
people's
Yeah.
differences?
Yeah, it's true.
Do
Especially if
things
they've got
like
a
this,
disability.
like this podcast.
Do a podcast, perhaps?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Send it out to everyone and let
Yeah,
everyone
send
hear
the
about it.
message out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
message. So what's the key message here?
Key message, give other people a chance.
Respect.
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 Others.
RESPCT.
and it's that.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Respect.
What's the last
That,
question?
have we
Last
done
one
that
now.
one? That's the one we said we wasn't going to
No, it's
do.
that one over there.
No, I've done that one. That's the
the
one.
last one.
That's
Yeah.
the last one.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Paul.
What would you like change so that you can have a good life? What would you like change? What to say? What would you like change so that you can have a good life?
Or people stop being arrogant.
Yeah, exactly.
People, give people a
Stop being
chance.
arrogant,
Yeah.
good shows.
Arrogant.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Have a
give
bit of respect
people
for people.
a
Have
some
respect.
respect. If they need to sit down,
Yeah.
give them a chance to sit down because it's not right for them to tell you no.
So we need everybody
Yeah.
to be kind to each other,
Yeah.
respect each other,
Yeah, of course.
respect difference,
Yeah.
but treat everybody.
As,
Fairly,
as equals,
fairly,
really. Everyone's different, but
fairly,
treat as everyone as equal,
Yeah.
you know?
Equal,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, our job is done.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Yeah, it's true though.
what was the question again? What would you like changed? So what would you like to change in your life to give you a good life? What would make a difference? What would you change?
More activities.
More stuff going on in your life?
More things like bowling,
Yeah,
football.
yeah.
and,
More money.
More football.
More
Give more football.
More
Money.
fitness things.
Yeah, yeah.
Fitness, bowling.
Yeah, we got
Cut down
something
prices.
happening. We got. I think we've been invited to Crystal Palace.
Me and Jude have been. I have
Have
been
you?
invited to
Yeah.
30 for June to
Yeah.
Crystal Palace e-football
Yeah,
party in the park
yeah.
at the end of the next month, 13th of June. But it's going to be hot.
Yeah, yeah. They said.
Are we
there's
invited?
some
Are we all
great-
invited?
Are they? You can.
can if
if
you
you
come.
want to
Come to
come
Crystal
along,
Palace for
come to
about
Crystal
the
Palace.
Palace, you
I'm
Yeah.
not sure I want to go to Crystal Palace.
Why not? They're doing well, you know. They're alright, Crystal
I
Palace.
support Brighton, you know.
I know. Oh yeah, you try enemies, I remember.
Oh my god, I'm a
Remember
Palace
that?
fan. West Kensington's Palace.
No, I think
Right, let's move on. What's the question again? What would you like change? So you want
More
like,
activity,
more
more
things going on in your
going
life?
on,
yeah.
Okay. And anybody else? What else would make a big difference?
Everyone just respecting each other and getting along.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, that would be massive.
That would be really
That
nice.
is very
No
massive.
more crisis.
No more crisis.
No more crisis in life. Yes.
You need to change.
Good funding.
Ah.
Oh, good funding.
So, yeah, variety and what to get up to. What else? Funding. So having the right funded support
Yeah.
to have a good life, because it could be a real challenge. Lots of people don't have the right support.
It's like they said, you can't get the staff these days.
Yeah,
You can't get the staff
Well,
these
that's
days,
Yeah.
which can be very true.
Yeah.
So you need
Yeah.
good. So if you're drawing on social care support, then you need good people supporting you that you can have a good relationship with, that you can trust. They're kind, friendly, and you've got some shared interests, and you're getting the right level of funded support. Otherwise, it could really hold you back.
Yeah.
That's the last question.
Yeah.
So, any final comments? Any final
Why have there's
inspiration for
not
somebody?
enough staff?
What?
Why have there's not enough staff?
That could certainly stop you from having a good life.
That has
Yeah.
caused a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a real challenge for people. Okay, cool. We've talked a lot, and we've had a really good conversation, and that's a wrap for this podcast.
Yeah.
And see you at the next podcast. Thank you very much.
Peace out.
Okay.
Peace out.
Peace and love.